Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to the MMOs.com podcast. We are now on episode 7, and Altai here, joined by...
Omer.
Sean?
Shirley?
Excellent. The whole gang is here.
Oh, that was smooth, too. Smooth intro.
That was the smoothest one yet.
There was no hiccups on that one.
I'm just gonna go last from now on. That way it's never my fault.
We all learned our place. The woman is last, all right?
Wow.
Damn.
I don't approve
Shots
of this.
fired.
You're gonna get like those Twitter posts, those rage Twitter posts.
The social justice warrior.
No
Social
publicity
justice warriors.
is bad publicity.
All right, let's jump right into it. All right.
All
right.
Let's see.
I got one for us,
Okay,
guys. I got one
let's
for
go.
us. First, Skyforge begins closed beta round 4 today on June 23rd.
Oh, that's cool. You played this right before, or you did the preview for this?
I did a preview page for it, but since it's closed beta, I didn't actually get into the game. But it looks like a cool mix of like it's basically a fantasy game with some minor sci-fi elements.
Okay, so Skyfort. In my mind, I'm imagining like flying around. Is that?
You're imagining an anvil in the sky, okay? And you're crafting swords in the sky,
Wow.
right?
Ooh.
That's what I'm imagining.
I'm imagining like an angel like airship kind of thing, and you're flying around.
I feel like airships is not a bad example of what Skyforge.
Oh,
With wings. An airship with wings.
An anvil with wings. Sure. What do you got? What are you imagining?
I was gonna say like, do you guys actually know like what's about and stuff?
No, very low.
Wow.
All right. So pretty much Skyforge is it's by the people who made Outlaws, I think.
Yep.
I'm sure. Yes. It's about God. So it's like your character can like become like pretty much like a demigod, where you can transform into like this god form, and you're just like destroying like anything that is threatening your planet. So the interesting system that they have going on is there's invasions from other worlds, be it like space or like I don't know, some kind of robot invasion or something, and as a god of the planet, you're tasked with protecting it. So there's a lot of there's this constant back and forth, and what's neat is they're adding a little bit of persistence to it. So like if like the aliens attack, for example, and like the players don't actually go there to stop it, it actually fucks the area up
Ooh.
for like
Okay,
a while,
okay.
and like no quests and shit there.
But let's be real, okay? This all sounds good on paper, right? But when I create a character, am I gonna be killing wolves?
I was gonna ask. I'm sure the beginning
Kobolds.
is kind of like Outlaws, right? Where it's just like on land, and then later you get the ships and stuff.
I've never played Outlaws.
Oh, well, it also has a sphere grid from Final Fantasy X. Take a look at the picture I just left.
I love the sphere
what?
grid.
This is literally a sphere grid.
Oh, it
pretty close.
is.
Oh my god.
All right, so I'm gonna say I'm not a big fan of the sphere grid.
Oof.
Yeah.
The
Shots
world in
fired.
Skyforge looks beautiful.
So who here played FF10?
I played
I
that
did.
then.
I did.
One of my favorites.
So my brother and I, when we first played it, we literally we looked at the sphere grid once, and then we said nope, and we closed it because it was too complicated for us.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
We got halfway through the game without even using the sphere grid, which is really hard. Eventually, even the random mobs were one-shotting us. So the only way we could ever progress was to farm the Aeons all the way, just for the random encounters.
We would farm the Aeons and just unleash every single one on every boss we fight.
Yeah.
If we didn't kill it that way or get it really weak, we just lost.
Yeah, we got one shot of everything.
We got really far until one point we just had to figure the sphere grid out. Because when we did, like, wow, this game is easy.
Yeah, and after that, we just never died.
And it's fine. Hold
Who
on.
here spent more time on Blitzball than they actually did on
Okay,
Final Fantasy X?
most people hated Blitzball.
I
I,
hated
thought it was
Blitzball.
okay.
I
I didn't
hated it.
dislike it or really like it.
What?
Like
I
Blitzball.
loved Blitzball.
It was
No.
I
the
loved it.
most complicated,
It
arcane,
wasn't the most complicated.
counterintuitive minigame I've ever played in an RPG.
What about the Final Fantasy
Wait,
VIII card
Blitzball?
game? That was-
The card game was more intuitive than that.
Wow.
The card game wasn't bad. Triple Tribe wasn't
Yeah, that's
bad.
what I'm saying. It was pretty easy to figure out the FF8 card game.
I just feel like Blitzball was kind of presented to you as this like epic water sport. Like you saw all the cutscenes out. You're
Yeah.
like, damn, that shit looks legit,
That sounds
right?
really funny.
You're like, that's just legit. But then when you play, you're like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, no, it was a huge turnoff. I hated the scenes because I wanted something fluid, like you have to like shoot the ball
Yeah.
in. Instead, I got this turn-based, like
RPG
yeah,
nonsense.
it was basically a
nonsensical
card
stuff.
game, I guess, right? With just a
No.
different skin. No,
Yeah, well, each guy had different stats.
Yeah.
All right, let's.
Well, if you do like Blitzball, there is some news on Blitzball. It was from a couple of weeks ago, but apparently the the team that's working on Final Fantasy Online, the Realm Reborn, they're thinking about putting Blitzball in the game. The talks have been occurring, apparently.
Even though I hate Blitzball, that would be pretty cool.
It would be a good touch.
Do they have a card game in FF14?
We already added that.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's cool. We
Triple
should add all the
Tribe.
mini games from all the different games. You know.
All right, we're gonna wrap this back to Skyforge real quick.
Okay.
What do you guys feel about when the developer says, we're building a AAA sci-fi fantasy MMORPG? Like, they self-call themselves a AAA
Doesn't
game.
mean anything.
Why do they do that?
Well, they do that because it's not an AA game. It's kind of like one of those things where if you have to say it, it's not true. Like
Yeah.
you never hear like GTA or Blizzard saying our next game is going to be AAA. You know, like
Yeah.
it's just implied.
It is implied, you're right. And all the Dookie companies are like, we're a AAA game.
Such a
It does look nice.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Alex did that well, at least in America.
Mhm.
But for when it came out, which was like 2010 or earlier, I don't remember exactly. But I mean, the graphics, the look, everything was all right. It was pretty good.
Alotch came out in 2010. Good call, Arhan. What a guess.
That game stuck. That game stuck in my memory, right?
Yeah, good music, if I remember correctly. Some of it.
play some MMOs.com Jeopardy over here.
I mean, this company's Russian, right? That makes this stuff.
Mhm.
And I feel like they generally have higher quality than, like, let's say, the Chinese games.
Wow, shots fired versus China.
I don't think you should ever insult Chinese games. All right?
Chinese have character creation figured
Perfect
out.
World
okay?
is the
Oh,
greatest
God.
development company to grace this earth. All right? Don't you dare insult
Actually,
China.
a lot of people hate Perfect World because of a lot of like pay-to-win
I can
elements
see
in their
why.
games. So you can get a lot of hate for that, Sean.
That's
Defending
fine.
the Perfect World.
Just that character creator.
they need a white knight.
Sean's
I'll
a
be
good
the
white
white
guy.
I'm probably the whitest one. You should be able to hear my whiteness through the podcast.
All right, I want to try to do a little segue here. So, Final Fantasy X is a console game, and there's two MMOs that are on PC coming out for consoles next month.
Aha.
Tell us which ones could they be?
All right, we got Smite coming out for Xbox One on July
Wow.
8th. Yeah, it's a MOBA, and it's like a little. Actually, this is what we're saying. Remember last time we played that Sins of a Dark Age,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and basically it kind of looked and felt like League/Dota.
hmm
So, but this one, Smite is actually different. Like, it's third person, so you control it like a
Yeah.
like
I'm
a
sure.
shooter.
I'm sure we've all heard of Smite. This
Yeah.
is a popular game.
And fun fact for you League lovers out there, Smite has a bigger prize pool for its World Championship than League does.
I know. That's
Whoa.
pretty.
Damn.
That's pretty embarrassing as a League player. Like, come on.
Yeah, it is.
What is going on?
I'm gonna say though the League like esports scene is more has a higher production value than both Dota and I haven't seen too many Smite games, but definitely more than Dota.
The production quality, yeah, that's fair to say.
I just feel like it's more presented like a real sport,
Yeah, and they actually have a stadium, like a
and they're
bigger stadium.
players are actually paid like from the company, so it's a very interesting way they go about it.
Yeah, that's true.
What's the second game anyway for a console?
Oh yeah, the second game, World of Tanks. World of Tanks is coming out for Xbox One.
Those are both games I think that can do well on console. I don't think I can imagine Dota 2 or League on console, but I can
No.
imagine Smite on console because of the way the game works.
Yep, and same with World of Tanks. I think they'll both do extremely well. Just like Neverwinter is doing extremely well on
Yep.
console. So I think these two will also blow up here.
The kind of MMORPGs that will do well on console are like Neverwinter. It's got that action-oriented gameplay. You know, you can't the point-and-click kind of games. Just I don't think will work well.
Yeah, I can imagine like WoW on a console. No way.
Yeah, it's
Well, they made it work with FF14, so
that's
Oh,
true.
I don't see
yeah,
why not
that's
any
a valid
MMORPG
argument.
could be on console.
Is FF14 on console in America?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, do a lot of people play on console?
Have you guys played it
know?
on console?
No, I played it on
No.
PC, and I remember when we used to do the like Ifrit and whatnot. If there was a guy who was lagging a little, we just kicked him and called him a console player.
I was
They
gonna
had-
say, if I played
You
that
never
game,
wanted to group with them.
yeah, all the console guys, I would immediately discriminate against them just for being plebs.
there is like some serious mad hatred for console players. I mean, console players in Final Fantasy.
Good, they
14.
deserve it.
PC master race right here.
It's because honestly, like they're just like I mean, I've played the
Terrible
game a
human
lot, and
beings.
just
No,
yeah,
sorry.
they're just stereotypically bad. Like, I mean, when you have a console player, like you can tell because they start walking around
Oh
like a
yeah.
retard. You know, like it's
The other thing too is they're slower, and actually the game does give console players some leeway, like with getting hit and whatnot. I think there's like a delay
Really?
to try and make up for it, but they still get wrecked. So you just kick them and regroup.
Guys, come on. This has to be the final piece of evidence anyone out there needs. PC
What?
is greater than console.
Well, in
Like-
America, it's actually not the case, really. But I like PC
Well,
more.
there's a lot of noobs in America. We gotta do our part to fix that here at MMOs.
I mean, the only reason I would get a console is for console-specific games. You know, that's why
yeah.
I'd want one.
Mhm.
Like for, let's say, Metal Gear Solid was just on.
I'll go a step
Console or
further.
Kingdom
I
Hearts.
get it for those single player exclusives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe like local like fighting like Smash because it might lag online. But other than that, there's nothing.
I think
You
the
can always
reason,
emulate them later.
Yeah.
I think the reason a lot of console games started doing really well is because PC equivalents kind of sucked back in the day. Imagine playing like the old Call of Duty games or the old Battlefield games online. There was no auto patch. You had to like download a third-party patch from their website and like extract it into your EA Battlefield folder and run like 3 different files
Yeah,
for it to
that's
work.
true. Yeah, the ease
And
of
90%
access.
of all the people like had no idea how to do that. So they're like, all right, time to buy it on console, you know. But now with Steam and stuff, it's so much easier. You really can't screw it up.
Yeah.
Still streamlined.
All right, on to console news. I got another nice transition.
Let's hear it.
Gigantic. Have you guys heard of Gigantic?
I have.
Yes.
It's another MOBA.
Another MOBA. It's launching its closed beta in August, and I say it's console related because there will be an Xbox One version.
Whoa.
Now take a look at
MOBA's
the
moving
graphics
to
in this
console.
game.
So
Take a
wait,
look at
here's a
graphics.
question. We just listed 3 games, and they're all for Xbox One, and not PS4. That's kind of interesting, right?
Well, the reason that's true too, but the reason this one is only on Xbox One, they have a special deal with Microsoft,
Oh.
and actually it's really funny. First, look at the graphics. I think the graphics are awesome.
Yeah, the cell shading.
It
Oh,
reminds you
wow,
of,
I'm
does that remind you of
liking
Wind Waker?
Yes.
yeah, it looks great.
Looks beautiful. Love
This
the
is really
contrast.
refreshing to see in the world of grimdark that we
Yeah.
have nowadays, right?
Grimdark.
I'm getting tired of it.
Yo,
You know?
Sins of a Dark Age is a dark themed fantasy MOBA.
They're all dark themed. It's like those are the same thing.
Dude, this does
League
look
League of
like Wind
Legends
Waker.
is becoming the same thing, so it's like it's all the same to me.
Now, there's one problem, one weird issue with this game. I want to say one weird fact they don't want you to know about, but no. Actually, it's only because they have a deal with Microsoft. This game only works on Microsoft Windows 10. How do you guys
Only
feel
10.
about that?
Well,
Wait, what?
You can't play on XP 7, 8, Vista. You have to
8.1?
have 10.
How about Windows 95?
That one will fly because
Okay, so that'd be
95 is greater than 10. You know.
Millennium, of
Why
course.
not? Why not let the other people play it but have it optimized? So you get into the game, you're like,
Oh,
that
here's
makes
what-
more sense, right? You begin in the game, you're like, man, I wish this game looked better. Maybe I should get Windows 10 rather than like you're just fucked and now you're not gonna play it, right?
Well-
to go with the avenue of you're just fucked and you
I
can't play
think
it.
Windows 10 is gonna be like a free upgrade though, because
Yeah, it is going to be free though.
like have you guys seen this
Oh, is
on the
it?
bottom of your
Oh.
near your clock on Windows? If you guys are using Windows out there, there's a little Windows icon and it says "Get Windows 10 for free," and I've done
Yeah.
it. I've reserved my copy. You put in your email, and it says when it's ready, it's gonna be free.
So that's the good thing. Windows 10 is free, but I think it's still a little bit weird to make it so it only works on Windows 10. Because again, imagine we're talking about console, like old
Yeah.
PC games being hard to use. Imagine like you're a console pleb and you're on the PC and you want to download you want to play some Gigantic. You download it, it doesn't work. All right, you don't know why it doesn't work.
I'm
It
gonna
doesn't
side.
work.
I'm gonna side with Gigantic / Microsoft here. Too many people wait forever. Never actually. Too many people never change. You know what I'm saying? Without a push. So if they see the shiny new game, that this might be the only thing to get them to upgrade to the safer, newer, more streamlined Windows.
Are you being paid by Microsoft? If you are, split the money, please. I want some.
It's free. There's no money. Windows 10 is free.
Yeah. It's free. So is MapleStory and League, and they get all this money. So
No, I think this is a good idea because so many people are stuck on Windows XP still. You know, for this reason.
yeah.
They just never had. No one ever pushes them to upgrade.
This game's gonna be on Xbox One too. So if you play a console, you have a choice anyway. But it's interesting the way they decide to do it.
Well, they're trying to harmonize. We know Microsoft is trying to harmonize their platforms. So what they're going to do is Xbox One OS will be Windows 10.
Yep.
The PC OS will be Windows 10, and even their mobile
Yeah, I
phone
see.
thing, which nobody uses, will be Windows 10.
So
Whoa.
it makes sense on their part.
Yeah, they're trying to get everyone to get on the same
make it all
platform.
streamlined.
If anybody has a Nokia phone, a Nokia Lumia, comment and say represent. All right.
Yo,
Prove
nobody
her wrong that
nobody
somebody
has a
has one.
Nokia phone. Come on.
All right. Let's move on. Anybody,
fair enough.
what's next, guys?
Oh, well, I wanted to say one other thing about the console games, MMORPGs. The reason they do so well is the same reason so many bad games did so well on PC like 5-6 years ago. It's like it's a fresh environment. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's not that many MMOR free to play games on console.
That's true.
So if you're like an 8-year-old kid at home and your mom, you're crying because your mom won't buy you another $60 game. You go on the store in this, you find World of Tanks for free, you find Smite for free, you
You
find
go on
whatever.
MMOs.com and you find these games for free.
Yeah, like you're gonna be like, holy moly, this is a free game, baby. Let's go.
Holy moly.
Holy
Holy
moly!
moly,
Girl
MMOs.com is awesome.
Yeah.
Do we have can you browse on consoles? I've never done that. Like the internet.
All of
Yeah,
them have browsers. But
We all have web
it's a
browsers
pain.
now.
Okay. Well, if anyone out there has ever browsed our site on a console, you can also leave a comment because I have a hard time believing anybody does that.
All right. Well, let's take a quick intermission and see what everyone's been doing all week.
Doing.
By the
all
way,
week.
these intermissions are not planned. They just come up.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. We'll start with Australia first because she introduced herself last.
Okay, that's fair.
Well, you guys know what I've been doing the whole week.
Well, we do.
know, with the
We
audience.
know.
Please
Ugh.
enlighten us.
I've been playing Second Life still.
Oh
I'm
god.
still stuck in
Still
there.
addicted.
I got her
Still-
addicted.
Yeah, but I've been playing that. Oh, go ahead. Sorry,
Lyndon Labs owes me a commission for getting Shu addicted. She's been playing nonstop.
dude. I bought freaking 5,000 Lindens today.
Ooh, you know what you should do? You should do what Gumby did in that Lego game. You should make like an MMOs like statue somewhere.
I could.
really
I
hard.
could.
Yeah.
I can actually do that.
I got it.
You want that for the?
Ma- make
yeah,
your
let's do
make
that.
your character's head an MMOs.com logo and walk around that
You know
way.
what? I could do that. You can do so much in that game that's actually possible.
That's awesome.
My minor's Second Life adventure too. I played a little bit of Second Life this week. Gained some screenshots and goodies because Shu was on, so I'm like, all right, I'll play a little bit. But I didn't play with Shu. We should play again later. I entered a jazz club in the game, so I was just taking screenshots, and I was like at Frank's Jazz Bar, and I was like 80 people hanging out there. So I'm like, all right, I'll go in here. And as I'm about to go in, the lady at the front door was like, no, you can't come in dressed like that because I was wearing the newbie clothes, and she's like, this is a formal avenue. You have to wear a suit.
Wow.
So
I
I was
always
like,
wanted to say that to you in real life.
I was like, oh shit, this is getting real, all right. And then she gave me a suit to wear because it was not worth anything really. So I got the suit, I put it on, so I look all classy and shit. And then I'm allowed in, and everyone's dressed all nice. Everyone's like doing some ballroom dancing. It's like a very high end atmosphere. And at that moment, I was so tempted to like pull out my penis gun and my enormous pink dildo and just start jumping around.
No, well, you gotta back up a little. Where did you get this penis gun?
Yeah, see, you can literally do anything in Second Life, and somebody gave me a penis gun, and it just shoots like
Gave you a
sperm.
penis gun, huh? All right.
Didn't we talk about that last
Yeah.
Oh my
podcast?
God.
A few podcasts ago, maybe, but I had
Yeah.
a giant pink dildo too. And then when you equip it, it's so big. It's bigger than you are.
All right, let's move on.
Okay, move on.
Sean, what'd you play?
Man, I wish I had a penis gun in Lego Worlds, the game I was playing, a game made for children. But Lego Worlds is Lego's answer to Minecraft. It's pretty cool. Procedurally generated maps, all made of Lego bricks. A lot of potential, no multiplayer yet. The camera controls are awful, but
Uh-oh.
hopefully they improve it. I did make an MMO statue, which you can find in the full review listed below, if Altai remembers.
Yep.
And it took me like a half hour just because the way you line up the bricks, you end up putting them in the wrong place. It looked bad, and then when I was going to go put the sword in, it just wasn't going to happen. And then from there I moved on to Dark Age of Camelot, which also had a bad UI, but that was fun. Living MMO's history.
That's a classic, Dark Age of Camelot. Yeah, I played
Yeah.
that when it first came out, and I played it for at least like 8 years.
Wow, it's a long time.
Yeah.
You
A lot of
played Dark
expansions,
Age.
a lot of content. Now I'm playing Salem.
Yeah, how's that? That just came out, right? on
Salem is
Steam?
interesting. It's a crafting MMO. You venture to the new world, your manifest destiny to explore the American wilderness. but it's crafting on steroids.
On
You gotta
steroids.
you explore the environment. You gotta collect rare items like frogs' legs or all these weird things to combine them to make new items and upgrade your skills. When I have the full review, I can explain it better. But it's the most intense crafting game
Wow.
I've ever seen. So
So
There you go, guys.
do you get like executed for witchcraft in this game? Is that like
I think I know there's like a fantasy element. It's called Salem, and I think there is witchcraft in there somewhere, but I haven't seen it yet. Right now, it's just like a village builder. You collect items to build yourself a little town,
If
like
you
other
die,
survival games.
There's permadeath in that game, I heard.
There is permadeath. Yeah, I got assaulted by a cougar and lost my Descartes character.
So I saw
Wait,
like
guys.
one. What's up?
I just gotta bring this up. So you said that this is another like village building MMO, right?
Yes.
Where's our tree of life? Like
Right?
where's it
Onward
at?
Games. We're calling you
Where
out
is it
publicly.
at?
Give me some free Tree of Life keys. Please.
I guess I have a feeling that they don't watch this.
Whoa.
Of course they do. Tree of Life is fun. You gotta play with friends though.
We'll all play Tree of Life one day as a Sunday fun day though, because that seems we can all play Salem too. It's the same kind of game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
Salem's
one's free.
What are the?
Well, the thing about
Oh, it's
Salem
free?
is we'll never find each other.
Yeah, Salem is free.
Oh. Yeah,
It's a
I'd rather play
Java
that
game.
then.
Also, Salem can quote us now from MMOs.com. The most intense crafting game ever. All right.
Yeah.
Boom. Sean Sullivan. MMOs.com.
Sean, you're like pigeonholed as all. You're gonna be reviewing all these like building,
I
gathering
know.
games.
I know.
You did Lego World. You did
We have
this.
too much depth now. I'm realizing. Too much depth to be reviewed.
There's another piece of news on that whole exploration building front arc.
Whoa,
Survival
whoa,
Evolved.
whoa.
Oh, what's up?
We can go down this
What'd you do this week?
Oh, what'd I do? All right. So remember last week we talked about that Dota 2 Reborn.
Yep.
Okay, so it's a separate download. It's like 7 gigs, right? It's a beta right now. So I downloaded that with a few friends. And so the big promise was custom maps, right? So if you guys played Warcraft 3, you know, they had like Footman Frenzy, the Madnesses, like Tree Tag, that kind of
Tower
stuff.
defense.
Tower defenses, right? So there's a early version of all of those already online. But it's in such a bad state of bugginess right now where like about 80% of the time it just crashes automatically.
Wow.
Everyone in your party has to have the game installed, like each custom map. And when the host joins, like starts queuing for one of the custom maps, it doesn't download it for everyone else in the party. So they have to like find it in the lobby list,
Oh, that's
install
stupid.
it, and then come back to the party.
What the heck?
I mean,
This
it's
is just a bad design.
basically I
left and
spent an
right.
hour and I
That
maybe played
is-
for like a minute.
Ouch.
The Warlocks one works. If you guys know what Warlocks is you have like 8 Warlocks on like a map that shrinks over time and is lava, and you gotta push each other into lava. So that works well.
Reminds you of the Mario. The way you described it reminds you of the Mario Party minigame when you're on the
I
balls.
was just
Yeah?
It's basically
I
that
was
with
literally
spells, yeah, with projectiles.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah, it
Joe.
basically is that. Yeah.
know.
I see the potential, but I'd say it's still like a year away, knowing Steam's or Valve's time frame.
It'll come right after. It'll be finished right after Half-Life 3, guys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the graphics look a little better, so it's a nice engine upgrade. The custom maps are basically nowhere right now. One other bug. So when they made the new engine, they forgot a few things. Like there's some heroes in Dota that are invisible, right? So they forgot to make them the revealing items work. So the invisible heroes could attack while invisible, and there'd be no way to stop them. So they could just kill you in your base.
Nice.
But it is a
Good
beta.
balance.
So. Yeah, that's what I've been up to.
All right. Next piece of news. Who wants to bring it up?
Well, I was about to bring something with Ark, Survival
Okay.
Evolved. It's another one of those survival games with dinosaurs. And they just did a wipe, so because everybody was duping apparently. So
Yeah.
even though they're charging money for this game, and they're not calling it early access, I don't think, right?
Actually, are they?
No, it must be early access.
Oh, probably everyone does. that.
Everything is early access these days.
Get out of here. You
Early
drunk.
access is like a freebie for saying like we can do whatever the hell we
This
want.
is a $30 early access game. All right,
Oh, you're right, it is
$30.
All right, it
early
is early access. All right, fine. Well, anyway, so there was a wipe because everybody was duping. So I'm kind of glad I didn't get to get started yet because usually I quit after one of these big wipes in these kind of games.
They needed to wipe. It was really bad. Like there were like people with stacks of ammunition and C4 just running around. So
Sounds like Rust. The original Rust.
mean, can you imagine that one, Russ? Like, fucking horrible.
It happened to me on the first day I ran a Rust server. 6 guys came into my server. They were a clan. They all stacked ammo and guns and raided every single person on the server. Meanwhile, making fun of everyone in chat. It's brutal.
These
But I
survival
liked it.
games keep wiping.
So, even though this game looks cool, and I think they intentionally launched around Jurassic World timing,
Definitely.
I would wait to buy it. I don't think it's worth $30 at the state early access.
$30 is a lot of money,
Yeah.
especially for an early access
Yeah.
title.
So
Yeah,
with
yeah.
30 bucks.
And it just
well, I
wipes.
could buy
You know?
so
What is
much.
this?
There's so much to buy on the Steam sale for 30 bucks, you know?
You buy 7 games.
Oh, the Steam
At
sale
least.
just ended. I think 2 days ago.
Yeah, I did.
Yep,
Yeah. Do you guys buy anything this time? I didn't really. Let me see. I don't think I bought much.
I did.
What'd you get?
I bought the Repopulation because I'm a sucker for science fiction MMOs. But waiting on a graphics card for that one,
Oh,
just
yeah, we
because
still gotta do that.
it's so unoptimized that it's too clunky at the moment. It's very
The
complicated.
repop. Yeah, this looks cool. I think I took a look at this a while back.
Was this kind of like Face of Mankind, or no?
But,
Is that
I'm not
still
sure I
around?
know for that. It's supposed to be the spiritual successor to Star Wars Galaxies, but of course, you know, it makes you biased. But it is intense in that way, and I think it's also like Ultima Online, where the more you do a task, the better skilled
so
at it
you
you
need
are.
to buy the silver pack. Or
Yeah,
at least-
that's what I
okay.
bought.
I thought this game was supposed to be free.
It's free on launch, like every other early access, just like H1Z1, guys.
Oh my
They
God.
They got to stop with this.
It's the early access business. Everyone it's a license to release unfinished buggy games and just fix it as they go while getting all that money. It just
I just love how we're just a reversed world now. We have to pay to be beta testers, and then when the game actually comes out, it's free for the retail users. I don't
But
get.
they
it.
don't come out, so it's
That
okay.
is-
Oh well, yeah, they
so
don't come out.
fucking
But,
bad.
but
you're right though. Yeah, that's what it
At the
is.
same
man.
time, I'm sure you could compile stats and see how many of these games would never even be made if they didn't do
yeah.
early access or get money. You know, how many projects would be shut down right away? So it's it's a win lose.
Hmm.
You just got to be smart about what you buy.
Right, well, there's another game that was revealed. Well, not revealed, but I guess the gameplay was revealed at E3, and I was reminded of it while looking at this repopulation Steam page. So you guys can take a look at this
What's that?
video. Eve Valkyrie gameplay.
Ooh, let's take a
So
look.
Eve Valkyrie is kind of like their Eve's dogfight game.
Oh,
So instead of just like staring at a spreadsheet in space, you can actually like fly a ship and pew pew people.
This looks like Star Citizen and Star Conflict, doesn't it?
yes.
Kinda, yeah. But this is actually going to come out unlike Star Citizen.
Yeah.
And
Is this going to be?
Yep, VR, Oculus compatible. It's made. It's
Is it going to be
designed
linked
for
to EVE
Oculus.
Online?
Is it going to link to Eve Online?
They
I
tried
doubt
doing that
it.
with what was it called? 343,
Yeah.
the free PlayStation 3 game,
I used to.
the shooter.
Let me think.
I just can't imagine how it would work.
Yeah,
With Eve
yeah, I read
Online.
about this like months ago. I don't remember exactly if it. Let's
The
see,
dogfight looks kind
integrate.
of cool though. The graphics look nice because it's based on the Eve like ships and stuff. Like Eve actually looks really nice. The backgrounds and stuff.
Eve is. I only play Eve for those gorgeous backgrounds as you fly through space, and then it grows old, and then you remember you have to be social to play that game, so you quit.
Look, give it more RPG. I see Shu looked at awesome game.
That just came out. I was looking at Steam because you guys were talking about the Steam sale, and then just I saw that on the front page. I was like,
Mahjong
what the
Pretty
hell?
Girls Battle.
You know, I'm buying this right
Edition.
now.
Schoolgirls Edition.
It says nudity. It has a nudity tag on it.
Ooh, because when you play mahjong, shit gets hot and sweaty. You
Yeah.
get hot and
Stuff
heavy.
gets serious when you call Richie. It's real tense, you
It's
know.
like
Yo,
strip
these-
poker,
these-
strip mahjong.
These high school girls in mahjong have enormous tits.
I was like
this-
watching the video, and they have like powers and stuff. You have like abilities for you like pick a character. So you play as one of those girls, and you have powers. I guess I don't know how that works,
just
but
watching the gameplay, it looks just like mahjong though. So it's just like they just took mahjong, added anime boobs to it, and now they're selling it.
they have
Genius.
powers though. They have powers. The characters.
Oh.
I mean, this is one of the few times even I approve of this, like putting these random like anime girls on a game, because mahjong is boring. you need
Wow,
to
You
I
need
love
something to get-
Mahjong.
you need to
Come
flavor it up a
on.
little, you know.
You need to get your blood flowing. You know, if you know
Yeah.
what I mean.
Yeah.
Did you read the description for this game? Brand new, kawaii, cute schoolgirls gathered for a hot mahjong battle. Hear their sexy voices in heated mahjong battles. Authentic Japanese mahjong rules.
Ooh.
The pretty schoolgirls will help you.
So there are power ups and authentic Japanese rules for mahjong. They really screwed that game up. Maybe the original mahjong had I don't know some power ups. Who knows?
You know what? I'm gonna buy this game right now. Add to cart.
Dang.
Wow.
Add to cart. Purchase for myself.
I like the name Mahjong Pretty Girls Battle.
I like some of these user reviews. The third one, it's a guide how to make money. 1. Find popular game. 2. Add anime girls. More girls, more buyers. Steam edition.
Make trading cards for your not your game.
4. Ask Gabe to add your game to Steam Store profit.
Oh damn! I didn't have to pay for it. Sweet.
What? It cost $5.99.
I have Steam
$15.
Wallet because I've been reselling stickers and
Oh, nice.
pieces. So,
Yeah,
CS:GO still making me money.
Have you been betting recently?
No, I haven't. I'm thinking about selling my knife though. You know why?
Cashing
Guess
out?
why I'm.
Why?
So I can buy some Linden.
Oh wow!
Oh,
Oh, my
wow.
god! Everything going towards fueling the addiction.
I know.
So when are
it's
we going to see
bad.
you turning a profit? When are you going to be a designer or?
I'm trying. I'm working on like a. I'm thinking about making like a game. I think we're gonna make some swords. Me and mommy.
You should.
First.
You and Django should be like in-game pimps, all right, and just sell girls. Think about it. How epic would be like what? So what do you do? I'm a virtual pimp. Like what?
That's a respectable job.
You know.
Dude, speaking of making money in the game though, Omer, I found out that that fencing game that we played.
Yep.
There's a version of it that's called like the commercial version, and you can straight up have money matches against people. You can straight up throw down
That's
you could
pretty
be
cool.
like 1,000 lindens, like that. I'll kick your ass, and then they put 1,000, and then whoever wins gets the pot.
You should challenge people on there.
I should.
Of
No
course,
one
on a
will
Smurf
fight me
account.
though, because
On
I'm
a
like
Smurf
rank
account.
7.
On a Smurf account, they won't know. All right, let's wrap back around to MMOs real quick before we get off topic again.
All right, you got anything, or should I bring something up?
I got one more.
right.
Archlord 2 updates went live on June 16th. I mean, it's Archlord 2, obviously a sequel to the first Archlord game, PvP heavy MMORPG. Surprising, it's still around. I mean, you don't hear too much about it in the news, and but it's still alive and kicking. It increased the level cap to 60 from 46, and I do want to point out that when a game increased their level cap, that's kind of a legit update, you know. Whereas when a game like adds one new zone, that's
Yeah.
such a small update. Like, who cares, you know? Oh, they added this one NPC who's got 2 new quests for you. Like, that's not an update.
I think I played Archage 1, but not 2.
Archlord, not Archage.
Archage is that other game, yeah.
Yeah, no, there is no Archage 2 yet.
Yeah, Archlord. I confuse those two, too. But yeah, I
played the
Archlord
first one, too.
Yeah.
There was a documentary on the first one, I think Ben X or something, and I remember seeing that. But yeah, legit updates have level cap increases. That's the moral of the story.
Well, speaking of an update without a level cap, WoW 6.2 Fury of Hellfire came out today, June 23. It's gonna add the
Whoa.
Hellfire Citadel raid, which for
Didn't
you
that one
guys that are
already
still
exist?
if you guys are still playing WoW, you can let me know how it's going.
I mean, the good thing about all the WoW updates is they always release these really, really cool like cinematic trailers with them. So that's
Oh,
like the
you're
most
right.
badass part.
Yo, let me see if there's a cinematic for this.
Oh, there definitely will be because it's WoW. For all the major updates, they do it.
I do like their cinematics.
Oh,
Even if you don't like the
there is
game,
one.
you gotta appreciate like the depth and the quality of their cinematics.
I wonder how much it costs them to make those cinematics. It must be
Yeah.
a lot.
Yep. Because like if you look at movies and stuff, people think like animated movies. Oh, there's no actors. It must be cheap, right? But no,
Mhm.
those animated movies cost more than real movies.
Yeah, they
Just
do.
to,
Really
just to
do.
render that movie, they have to hire a server farm. It takes months sometimes.
Yo, how do they do that without crashing? When I'm rendering videos, I crash like every other video. Imagine you're rendering Toy Story in one go, and then it just crashes in the middle.
You gotta restart.
Yeah, I'm sure they know what they're doing though, unlike me.
It just crazy how much these animated movies cost to make. Like Toy Story 3, for example, it cost $200 million.
Oh,
That's more than like real movies, you know, with like actors and everything. Of course, just they cost so much to make these animated movies. Like
Ooh.
every second of animation costs like hundreds of thousands.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
We're,
Wall-E
we're
costs
way
like
off.
80.
We're way off course.
Yeah,
So
what's up?
Oh, we got some news from Shu.
Ooh.
Yeah. So here's my piece of news. See some Asian gaming news from Japan, because Desu. It's
Representing Japan.
yeah, yes. Gunslinger Stratos Reloaded is going into the open beta
In Japan. Don't
in
forget that part.
Japan. But
So,
did you
it's
see
never
how
gonna come
awesome
out.
the game looks, though? Did you see how awesome the game
Let me
looks?
see. Let me see this.
You
That's
gotta
what
admit.
4v4 training CPU.
This guy jumps as high as I do normally, you know, and
Actually, this does look pretty cool. This kind of reminds me of S4 League. I don't know why.
yeah, it does. The way you run forward. That's why. The run animations. Even the art style a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
You guys, we should all play S4 League together too.
That'd be
This
cool,
guy's
yeah.
like flying and like with his gun equipped. It's so weird. This looks like a real location in Japan.
So this is PC,
Yeah,
right?
it's pretty crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. And it's let's see if you check out
Oh, it's also by Square. Yeah, Square Enix is like really catching up with this whole online PC games. They've
Yeah.
so Lord of Vermilion Arena,
Yep.
Figureheads, and now this. Wow.
This guy's shooting a
Yeah.
mech with like his machine gun. How is he even doing any damage to it?
We actually have it written in our news article that since the game is by Square Enix, you can sign up for it no matter where you are.
Ooh.
So NA can still sign up for an account on the Square Enix website, and you can play other games, including Lord of Vermilion.
Yeah, but good luck getting past the Japanese captcha.
Yeah, but I mean,
You can just copy and paste.
once you get past that, you're good.
Yeah.
There's no lock on you. You know, you're not chained. You know,
Yeah.
you're not.
But it requires some
You're
dedication.
unchained, so to
to
speak.
get on.
You're-
But you can change your you can change your keyboard to international and then put those Japanese stuff in.
Can you
but-
just copy and paste the characters from like
Yeah, but- Yeah, if you find them on a different website, yeah.
get those there's like really good translation extensions you can get for like Firefox and Chrome.
But those
Where
can't
you just-
translate images on captchas. That's the problem.
Oh, is it? On the capture.
Yeah, otherwise
Yeah,
Chrome
you're-
has
you're
built-in
kinda
translator
fucked.
too. I mean, your friend your friend is typing it in for you basically. You got to copy and paste it.
You know, Omer, if you want to sign up for this, I will.
All right, you
help.
got me.
I will. I got you.
All right.
I got you back.
This looks pretty cool though. But again, no official release date in America yet. So, in the words of somebody else who commented on MMOs, he posted on like a different piece of Japanese news. He's like, "This is gonna come out in like 20 never,"
Never.
because it's like not even announced here yet. You know, so who knows if it's ever gonna make it? I'm sure a lot of games just never come out of Japan. There's a lot of animes don't get translated, but luckily for animes, it's all fan subbed anyway.
Speaking of 20 never, there's a game, Lineage, and the name is funny too, Eternal, right? This is supposed to be basically Lineage 3, and it was like first revealed like 5 years ago or more, right? And
Yeah.
basically no progress has been made, and now apparently things started moving.
So look-
Is it the translation that's having trouble, or just the game?
Just to get,
itself?
it's not just translate because it's not out. It's a Korean game, and it wasn't even out till in Korea until.
Oh, I see.
And apparently, there's a focus group testing going on right now, which
Oh.
means it's actually making progress. And I think one reason it took so long was this is going for the whole new trend, which is like cross-compatible MMORPGs. So it's going to be you can play on your phone, a tablet, or your PC. And
We talking like real progress or like Blade and Soul NA progress?
well, I mean, for the first time in years, there's actually like a playable product, you know, like a test.
Yeah.
product, yeah.
And this trailer is pretty intense. This guy's just like climbing up these stairs, killing literally hundreds of these orcs.
But if you want to see something funny, look when this trailer was uploaded.
Oh my god, no way.
Oh.
So this game has basically been in test development for what 4 years, 5 years?
This video was 2011. Wow.
Yeah, and this is, I think one of the reasons it took so long was I think the mobile technology is just now decent enough to handle like this kind of game.
Yeah.
Like this doesn't look too impressive. Like it just looks like a basically Diablo 2.5, I guess, or 3. I don't know.
Like Path of Exile.
Yeah,
Diablo
yeah.
kind of-
It's not like it's not super graphically intensive. So I'm somewhat excited for this. I also like the fact that this is a genre I feel for MMORPGs that can do well on like a tablet.
Definitely.
Action MMORPG rather than like a game with like where you have 20 skills at once. If you just have like one or two, bind it to your, one button or one side of the screen is attack, one side of the screen is fireball, and that's it.
There's actually already a lot of games like this in Asia, like this exact same format with this isometric perspective and this action-oriented gameplay. So this is definitely the avenue things are going to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems popular over there. Like,
And,
just keep coming out with new ones. Like every time we do a podcast, pretty much. Like last week we just did one too, right?
yeah. And Omar, you looked at Shard. Oh, it's called Albion Online, right? And that's kind of
Yeah, I
going
took a
for
look
the
at
same.
that. Yeah.
it's
She
going
looked at
for
that
the
too.
kind of-
She can talk a little about Albion Online.
Yeah, it's also trying to be like whole mobile and PC at once, right?
Albion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
gonna be-
yeah. They build themselves as the first true multi-platform MMORPG.
It's crazy.
There's one massive server for all Windows users, Mac users, Linux users, iOS, and Android clients. So literally everyone, no matter what platform you're on, you're playing on the same server. So it's not the same bullshit. Like if you look at Forsaken World Mobile, which is coming out soon, it's by
It's
Perfect
separate.
World. There's Forsaken World and Forsaken World Mobile. They're both the same kind of game generally, but Forsaken World is desktop, another one is mobile, and they're not cross-compatible. They're different worlds. It's basically a different
Yeah.
game.
So if you look at the trailer I linked and you go to let's say go to 40 seconds, this lady is playing the same game on Android, iOS, PC, Mac, and browser all at once.
That's really cool.
Wow.
And that could help the game a lot because
And Linux.
everyone's got phones now and they're out and about.
You guys gotta move your hands wildly when you talk about Albion
Yeah.
Online.
The trailer for the game, the dev interviews, they're talking about the game and every single dev, not just one guy, literally all of them, they move their hands so much. It's like they had to coordinate that. There's no way this has happened on chance. Okay, guys, everybody just move your hands
Yeah.
a lot.
I gotta
Sounds-
link it. I gotta link it for you guys. Check it out. Just check it out.
This game kind of reminds me of Ultima Online for some reason.
Because
That's actually what they're going for.
Oh.
yeah, that's why they go for the Ultima Online or classic RuneScape experience where everything is crafted by players.
For some reason, that bridge reminded me of Ultima Online in the one I linked.
Yeah.
All right, introduction trailer. Here we go.
How excited are you guys for the quote unquote Ultima Online inspired comeback,
Ugh.
throwback to the old days. Of,
I've heard that enough to be jaded now. Like I'm gonna wait
That's
until
true.
I'm gonna wait.
This is so
No
true.
more hype.
No, but this game looks pretty legit. Like just
Just skip this.
Why are
beginning
you standing
part.
outside of a castle? What is this?
skip the
I don't
beginning
know, but
nonsense.
they move their hands so much.
Maybe
Yeah,
they're
it's-
Italian.
Well,
Are they Italian? Italians do with their hands a lot.
I'm not Italian.
Italians speak with their hands, all right?
Yeah.
They say 90% of the language is nonverbal. With Italians, it's 100%.
this guy's name is Henkes.
What a
It's not
name.
Italian.
I always watch these trailers muted, so I'm missing. But I feel like I'm not missing much because of the hand motions.
The hand motions will speak to you anyway, so you can catch everything.
Oh, so this one of these guys in this, like the guy with like the orange hair, he's a game designer that used to work at EVE Online. So
Oh,
Did you
really?
recognize him?
I did recognize him.
Oh, look at that. Altai game knowledge. That Mo Jeopardy.
I wonder if like whoever was making this video was like, you guys gotta move your hands
Yeah.
more. So they just started like, they just got really into it,
They're all doing it, that's why.
It's like they're rapping or something.
Oh man, this PvP scene looks really complicated. At around
it's crazy.
5:17.
So the cool part of the game is too, there's no like classes in the game. Apparently, whatever equipment you wear determines what role you are at that moment. You want to be a mage, put on like a staff. You're a mage now.
Is there like skills though? Like are you better
Yeah.
with the staff?
Yeah.
Or worse?
But if you equip like a shield and plate mail with the staff, like you're like a battle mage kind of thing. You get the benefits of the plate mail with the mage stuff. It's supposed to be like an intuitive, a whole different kind of class system.
Hmm.
But the main drive, like the two main things I really like about the game as a big Ultima Online fan, player-driven economy, and they actually mean this is what they say, and I hope that they actually follow through with this. Is that literally everything is crafted by players. So like all the gear you use will be crafted by players, and the beauty of a player-driven economy is that it synergizes really well with a full loot MMORPG. Meaning when you die, you lose everything you have. So
Is this full loot?
yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Whoa, really?
Yes, that's what makes it awesome. That's the reason I'm
Yeah.
excited about this
Holy
game.
Yeah, I like that too.
And the reason it works so well with crafting is because there's always a demand for crafted goods. You
Yeah.
always need to buy new gear when you die. So there's always a need for players to craft, and that really creates immersive atmosphere where things feel more interconnected. And that's the reason I like the Ultimate Online.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, that was it. Continue.
I was gonna say I really like what the devs said that they're gonna do with the crafting, or how like, you can specialize really hardcore into different things. So like, one of the examples they gave is like one guy is like the best like shield, tower shield crafter in like the game, right? So like if you want to get like that specific item made, you like talk to this one dude, right? You can be that dude, Like you'd be like, man, I want to only make longswords. I'm gonna make like the most OP longswords you've ever seen. I'm gonna put my fucking name on it and shit, like. And then,
That's a Shirelli longsword. Fuck.
Yeah, exactly, right? I mean, that's awesome. It's like I love crafting games. Like I've played some games and only did crafting, and that's kind of like.
Yeah, Ultima Online was like that. Like,
Yeah.
if you were a grandmaster blacksmith or whatever, or tailor, whatever it was, the equipment would have your name on it. So it'd be like an exceptional katana crafted by Shrelia or whatever.
That's awesome.
You get a signature on it.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the Hellgate thing that Albion was talking about? It was a couple of weeks ago, but it was a pretty interesting system that has to do with the open world PvP aspect of the game.
What is it?
So pretty much like there's these Hellgates that spawn in the world, and they have a little demon, and you kill the demon and you can go inside the Hellgate. So you actually go in, and then you can collect resources like souls, which are really, really good for crafting, right? Now the catch to this is two Hellgates always spawn at the same time, but they're hidden. So, you have all these parties going out looking for these Hellgates, right? So if you go into a Hellgate, you never know if like you're walking into the other side of another party. So you can just like meet in the middle and like have this standoff of like, are we gonna kill you? Are we gonna like share? You know what I mean? And it's like this.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'm really curious to see how this game works on tablets. Because we keep talking about it, it sounds so like there's so much depth and complexity.
Yeah, that's true.
But I just can't imagine how the tablet player is going to keep up, or if
here's
they're going to be
what
like FF14.
Yeah.
We're just going to put them in their own little corner and not talk to them.
Makes
Basically,
sense.
4 people like us are going to be on PCs with Skype running. We're going to go into the wilderness, and we're going to kill 20 people trying to fumble around on their phones and their tablets. They won't even like turn around by the time we kill them. They'll just notice we're there. They'll try to drag their little character around with their thumb, and then they're dead. It's over.
We got mouse and keyboard up their ass. They're done.
I'm calling it already with that.
I always feel like cross-platform play is this ideal that's only done to increase sales. It just never seems to work.
Well,
Everyone just congregates with people who play the same way that they do, because you're operating at different speeds, no matter what.
but I feel a game like this, where there's a focus on crafting and not just like gameplay, like not just an action RPG, it'll work because let's say I'm at work, right? And I don't want to work. I open my browser and I'll
Like
talk with
everyone
my
at work.
friends and I'll craft, right? And when I
Yeah.
get home,
That's true.
I'll open my bank account and take the gear that I crafted for myself at work, and I'll start PvPing.
Okay, yeah, I could see it working that way.
Yeah. Or
That's
on
your
my
point.
commute back, I'll just BS on my phone with my friends. Like we'll organize something. Like okay, let's all meet up in this town.
Let's be
I
real.
want to see more games doing stuff like that, where you have an out of game aspect that you can kind of control on your mobile device. So you're still playing the same game, but it's like a completely different experience. So you're not having the clash that you're talking about, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I want to see that more from gaming companies, because people have time to kill, and give them that time to kill.
You gotta
Yeah.
be productive, When you're taking a shit, you gotta be crafting longswords.
Dude,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly, It's not a
remember-
complete waste.
Like a few weeks ago, we talked about like our ideal MMORPG features. So one of mine was like just like that. Imagine on your mobile phone playing Connect 4 or Tetris, like a mini game, and every time you do it well, you craft a longsword. So that would be the crafting gathering aspect would be done on your phone through mini games.
Crafting mini games on tablets or mobile would work
Yeah.
really well.
But think about it. How do games handle resource gathering today in like the stupidest possible way? You walk up to like an iron ore vein and you just smack it. Like
Smash your head against it.
Yeah.
That's
Until you
more
get some
mindless.
nodes.
That's so mindless compared to like a mini game. At least if you're playing a match 4 game or a match 3 game or something, it feels like you're doing something.
You know what they need? They need to incorporate 5 Street dance mechanics.
Ooh, I like where this is going.
Mini games where you have to match up the arrows, and if you get perfects, you get more ore. You have a chance for rare
Yeah.
stuff. Like make it more active.
Right, exactly. And then the speed could be determined by like the kind of ore it is. So if you're doing iron ore, it's really slow and easy.
Yeah.
But if you're
Yeah.
going for that mithril ore, it's like a freaking DDR MLG Pro.
DDR
I like
LG
that.
Pro.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
maybe
makes sense.
one day.
Well, LB Online's not gonna come out for a while. Is there a release date on it yet?
Probably
mean,
not.
I think our page just says early 2016 estimates, so who knows? It could be any time right now.
I mean, you could pay $50 for the silver pack and play alpha in 7 days.
Yeah, the alpha
Or you could
and
pay
beta is gonna-
$100 and play in 6 days. So it's really up to you.
Or
Or-
we can ask them on the stream. And
Ooh,
maybe they'll give us some review copies.
if Sandbox
Yes.
Interactive. First of all,
I'm already
charging
giving
$70 to play
this a
alpha is kind of a
verdict.
douche move. Just saying. Like, I don't like, as Aaron said earlier, like it was supposed to be beta players get it for free and it's free after it releases. Now it's the opposite, and it's not just the opposite. $70, $50 to play.
$100.
Do you know what their plan is after release? Is it subscription or free? I haven't looked into that.
It's free.
Okay, so I remember when the World of Warcraft beta came out, it was free, and I played it. And after the beta ended, I was like, oh, I kind of enjoyed that. Now let me buy it for $50 and pay $15 a month. So
Yeah.
like the free beta got me to play the game, like buy the game. Now I have to pay for the beta. Like, I don't. It's just.
It's instant gratification. They want the money up front. And then it gives them better projections on how well the game will do, I guess.
Okay,
I have
first-
a theory. I have a
Continue.
really bad theory.
Oh, let's hear it.
It's what if it's they make you pay because like you're curious, right? So you pay the money up front and then you realize the game sucks. And then you can't take it back, right?
Happens all
But
too
then-
often.
And then when it comes out, then it's free for the people that want to like, do the microtransaction, right? They come in like, "Oh man, like I don't know if this game sucks, but it's free, so I'll play it anyway." And then, they
Ooh.
play it and then they realize it sucks, right? But then you catch a couple whales doing that, right? But
Or it could always be like it could be bad in beta, and then when it comes out, it could be better. And then at that point, your money's already gone. So,
Might as well keep playing.
and then you might as well keep playing at that.
I think a good question would be, would you rather have this early access paradigm where you could possibly pay money for garbage, or just have more Western developers put in microtransactions, like Eastern developers?
Oh yeah, this or
I like
LB Online
microtransactions.
already has microtransactions.
I prefer microtransactions over paying $100 for a beta like Planetary Annihilation
Yeah.
or whatever, or Albion Online. And just let me buy, let me buy like a nice suave suit in game for $5 to go out and kill
A suave
kobolds
suit's
with.
gonna cost you at least 20, dude. You're going for
Well,
the
I'm
bargain.
Not talking that suave. I go to Kohl's for my suits, all right?
Well, if you just said suit, but you said suave suit, all right, that increased the price.
Exactly.
Suave suit plus one. I definitely prefer. Give me microtransactions any
Yeah,
day.
I think so too.
And they're really monetizing on multiple levels. Like, if you want to play closed beta, you pay $30, okay? If you want to play early access, alpha access, you pay $50.
I see that.
So they're really just getting you every way they can. It just I don't like that. This
Developers got to eat.
All right, well,
It
mean,
makes sense.
this-
It's a good model for
yeah.
really like indie studios, though.
I'm sure
Yeah,
we can.
yeah, at
I'm
the
sure
same
we can
time.
bash on early access forever, but let's not. We're getting sidetracked. Albion Online does look cool. I do
Yeah.
want to try it. And whatever they got to do to get it out, whatever. If you guys want to pay $70, go ahead. I won't. I'll be waiting. But now let's swing over some news real quick. The Final Fantasy XIV first expansion came out today. Heaven's Word. I know you two have played it, and I think Shirley still plays.
it's a DDoS to hell right now. Like I couldn't even get on.
Oh.
I've been,
Sounds
I've
like when
been
FF14
trying.
First launched.
Takes you like 10 attempts to log on, and then like even then it's like, oh, you're in queue, and then when the queue starts, the queue starts going down, it's like, oh, you've been disconnected, and you have to like go all over again.
Yeah.
Australia, you gotta just like when FF14 first came out, you gotta macro your way in, and then you stay AFK in the game. That's what I did. You gotta
Alright.
macro.
People.
Just let it run.
Or I can go clothes shopping and buy cute clothes in Second Life. Like,
All
I
right,
don't have time.
you have a fair point. You have a fair point.
I ain't got time to wait in queue, for
And then next up, Sean, is it lucky for you? There's another Lego game coming out.
Oh,
Lego
joy.
minifigure.
another one.
Yeah, this one's gonna be buy to play instead of Oh, okay. Other one was too, right?
It was
Yes.
buy to play. It's $15.
Okay, so there's Lego
For early
minifigure.
access too. Continue.
June 29th. This one is actually a weird story. It used to be free to play, but now it's going buy to play.
What's it called?
Lego minifigure. It's by the Funcom. It's like a Norwegian company,
Yeah.
and they make Anarchy Online, Age
Age
of
of
Conan, yeah, which you played.
Hold on.
Can I get a link
Hold
to
on.
that?
Is it Conan or Conan?
Ooh, Conan.
Conan.
Conan. Okay.
Shu? I say Conan, but
I
I
say
could be
Conan
wrong.
too, but I don't think it's right.
I say Conan, yeah, Conan.
You got overruled, Sean. Continue.
Unfortunately, reality is not a democracy. It doesn't work that way.
for the sake of this podcast, it does. Continue.
So yeah, Gumby, you looking forward to that one?
I mean, what is it? 'Cause the minifigure just refers to the model, like the little action figure. So what's the game about? Like the other one, Lego Worlds is evident. You build a world out of Legos. Lego minifigures.
Give Sean
What?
something to work with besides the game name this time, because you can't do much with the game name.
All right. You know what?
Let's
Here's a
do
trailer.
this.
Here's a trailer for you, bro.
Let's see
I'm
the
looking it
trailer,
up.
and then we're gonna judge it.
Oh, you can skip around.
The verdict is final.
They have Simpsons all over the first page and the
I saw
cookie.
that.
What is?
This is an old trailer.
Yeah, this game is a couple years old. It used to be free to play, and yeah, they have to relaunch it as buy to play.
Like,
This
Is it
trailer is
Epic
not
Worlds?
helping me understand what's going on.
Yeah, I just see these guys floating around and standing.
Wow.
So this looks like instead of being a normal 2D Lego game, it's just a 3D Lego game where you go through a world. But there's no Lego building in this. It's just you
Yeah.
beating up other Legos, which
We know
is the
nothing about
majority
this.
of Lego games. And they're all good. All the Lego games are good. They're
I wish those were online
solid.
co-op. They're only local co-op. All those Lego games.
Yeah, they should be. I don't know what's wrong with them. Get their act together. But Lego Worlds is going to be online supposedly. So well, it's on MMOs, so it has to be online.
Yeah.
So
That's one of our few criteria to call a game an MMO. You have to actually have to play with other people online.
It is in the definition.
I'm sure we have some single player games on MMOs.com already.
Oh, well, we got a great one coming up for next year. All right, so finally, let's cover. Okay, there was a little controversy this week. We try to hit one of these every week, and we usually fail.
This is
Guild
the
Wars 2.
controversy of the week.
Omer, you said you had something on this?
Yeah, the Guild Wars 2 controversy of the week is actually. We'll see where you guys stand on it, but first of all, here's the rundown. For those unaware, the Guild Wars 2 expansion, Heart of Thorns, is coming out. Well, there's still no official release date, but somewhat soon. And they released the pricing of the game. So it's got 3 tiers: $50, $75, and $100. Okay.
Oh.
But the controversy comes simply on the lowest end price, basically, because if you buy the expansion, you get the original game for free. So all the veterans who buy the game, right,
Mm-hmm.
to get the expansion, they pay $50, let's say, 75 or $100, whatever they pay. But then let's say a new player comes in, he also buys the expansion, he pays $50, he gets the old game for free included.
Okay.
So basically, veterans are bitching that new players are getting a discount because they had to buy the first game.
That's how it works. I don't see a big deal.
I mean, no, that's not how it works. Remember when any WoW expansion comes out, you have to buy the original first and then the expansion?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
This is
It just
actually
seemed
the
like-
first time I think anybody's
No,
done this.
I've seen EverQuest with EverQuest after the first few expansions. They've always done it where each expansion includes everything else before it.
I remember we had to buy the 20 expansion pack before.
Yeah, but that was the latest one. That's why.
And EverQuest is an exception. They came in over 20 expansion packs, and the
Yeah.
way that they structured
22.
and the way they did it was they only started adding that somewhat recently,
That's,
within the last 5-6 years.
It seems kind of sleazy on the part of the developers. At least give veterans who've been playing this whole time, make them pay $30. I don't know. Then
Okay.
discount the game.
So first of all, do you think this is a problem? Sure, where do you stand?
I think it's a problem of communication. So I don't think it's actually that big a deal, but it's gonna piss a lot of people off just because of you do feel like you're getting ripped off, right? And that never feels good. So
Well,
of course people are gonna stand up and talk about it, but it makes sense from a development
Yes,
point of
that's
view,
what I was
right?
going to say. It makes
It
the
makes so much
experience better.
sense because if you're a new player, you don't want to. I mean, I know that there are a lot of times where I've thought about getting a game. I don't want to get it because I don't want to buy everything all the way up to it. I
Yes.
just want to play the game.
Sims.
So it's kind of rough to think about a good solution to that. But
But I feel like it doesn't really affect veterans. Like, let's say, why does it matter to a veteran if a new person has a slight discount? Like,
It's just
All
reason
right,
to
all right.
cry, you
Here's
know.
my,
I
here's my
mean,
take. Quick pitching. The new player didn't get hours of enjoyment that you did. You know, when you bought Guild Wars Original, presumably since you're buying the expansion now, you probably got a couple hundred hours of gameplay out of it.
but so will the guy who buys it now.
yeah,
Okay,
but also a lot
no,
of that
he'll never catch
content
up
is
with you.
irrelevant.
He'll never catch
Right?
up with you. He'll never experience that era that you did because he'll start basically. The expansion will start and it'll automatically make 80% of the old content useless. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's what she said earlier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's
So
what I
you'll
mean.
never that experience that you got out of Guild Wars is gone now. So, and you paid
That's
for
fair.
it. And you paid for it. So
I mean,
That is
I
true.
don't think
That is
there's a real
true.
issue either.
yeah.
But the funny part is like it was a big enough deal that a lot of people were bitching about it. So they responded back, right? And they gave all the old veterans, they threw them a bone, a very small bone, if you ask me.
What's the bone?
They get an extra character slot. That's just a fucking character slot.
Protesting works.
Like, my mind was
Horrifying.
blown at like so many free games, right? Free to play games. They sell you like, oh, you want an extra character slot? $5. Wait a minute, the game is free to play. Why don't I just make it the second fucking account?
Yeah, but that's actually with Guild Wars.
Yeah,
I mean-
not with Guild Wars. I know, it doesn't apply to Guild Wars,
Alright, so
but
how many of you guys had like alt characters in Diablo 2 and even alt account that were just mules?
well, yes, because that was
Yeah.
Diablo 2 had the stupidest item system. That's why.
I had like 30 alt characters that were all level 1 just for the inventory space.
I mean, I don't know. I'm iffy on the alternate characters thing. I feel like that's not a big. I mean, unless you had like one character slot before and now you have two, then it kind of helps. But if you had like 5 character slots, which in most games give you, that extra character slot is usually unnecessary.
Yeah, I agree. All right,
But-
well, we are past an hour already, guys. That was a quick
Wow,
one.
really?
Yeah.
Dude, that we bashed on early access, we bashed on Albion, just, yeah, the charging money and
Wait.
everything.
Mandatory
bashing.
mandatory Ragnarok Online
Oh
is still
my
better than
When are we gonna do that for Sunday Fun Day?
Right.
Ragnarok Online.
That's
not
also
gonna-
we gotta
It's not
find a
gonna be
private
fun.
server with like 50,000 rate and then just kill MVPs in
Yo.
like 10 minutes.
we got played.
How'd you guys feel about Shiv?
Oh, Shiv was fun. I enjoyed Chivalry.
Chivalry was awesome. We should play that again.
love chivalry.
Should we still duel again?
I know we gotta settle our score. You know.
Yeah, what about Hente RO, where all the models are naked?
Did I have that?
Yeah.
Oh.
I looked
Why
for
am I
it.
surprised?
Why am I still on this call? Why am I not playing with my pants off right now?
All right. Well, before we go, I just want to give you guys some homework. So Riot released a new
Homework.
20-minute documentary on League. It's called Love and League. So it's about couples that either met on League and then became
Oh, I'm
couples,
gonna throw up.
or like now, or League like strengthened their bond because they played together. I watched like not even 5. I watched like a minute of it, and it looks pretty cool. It's got like a boy girl couple, and it's also got like a gay couple. So like, they're trying to be like inclusive.
Wow.
But I mean, I'm really into these like gaming documentaries, especially about how like it bridges from the real world to the game world, which kind of it does with relationships that you meet online. So that's your homework, guys.
I mean, any League, Riot always makes good documentaries anyway. I mean,
Yeah.
their last Road to Worlds is pretty awesome. If you guys haven't ever seen that too,
Yeah, I've seen that.
so
Gotta spend that money somewhere.
I wonder how many relationships end thanks to League of Legends as well.
Oh my god.
That's the follow-up documentary.
we destroy more relationships than we create. It's a net negative.
My boyfriend just couldn't keep up with my division. You know, I had to get rid of him. He's dragging me down.
Let's be real. It's the other way around.
I'm just trying to be PR here.
Wow, but you know it's the other way around.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
no one's buying it.
Yeah, no one's buying that bullshit. Let's be real, guys. The people that play League, right? You know, if you know girls that play, they're always lower League than you, aren't they? Come on.
Yes.
That's
What is it?
true.
Hold on. What do you think is the average girls division in League? I'm gonna say,
Wood League?
yeah, I'm gonna say bronze or silver 5 or something.
Well, it's like sports or chess. They have to have their own division. You know, like they,
Yeah,
they
it's
get
like-
a handicap. Like in...
Wow.
How funny would it be, like, if when you create your account on League, right? You click male or female, right? When you click female, you're in a whole different queue. Okay, you queue with other girls.
Oh Oh
And you get Diamond League in the female league, right? And then you play on the male league, you like bronze.
All right, this would be funny.
It's so easy.
Oh, that'd be funny.
How about this? The World Championships between the best male team and the best female team, but the male team can only play with one hand, so it's just a mouse. They have to click their skills.
What are they doing with the other hand?
Well, they're guys. What do you think they're doing with other?
No, I think the guys would win. Hands down.
Hands
Maybe
down?
King.
You mean hand down? They only
Yeah.
have
But not even kidding. The guy would like imagine the best female team versus the best male team.
one. Yeah.
And if they play with that handicap, they would still win.
I don't. I would think it'd be close. I'd have to see it.
I don't think so at all.
I disagree.
You think it'd be close?
No, I don't think it would be close.
Really? Without the skill?
No.
Like without the hockeys?
They don't need it.
I mean, I know they're faster, like, but that's a big advantage.
It is a
Having
big
to click
advantage.
all your skills. Come on.
They would play champions that don't need.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
They would play
probably.
certain champions that way. That would change the meta for them.
Mhm.
Had they practiced, I think they would win.
Oh yeah. So Sean linked Serious Girl Gamers. It's a video by Donkey, and I'll link it in the description. Donkey's amazing YouTube videos, so
Yeah.
they're all worth seeing.
Kitty Perry. All right,
All right.
and before we call it though, two minor announcements. We have some new comics on MMOs.com. MMOs.com/comics.
Oh, they're really good.
They're actually really good. You can show one in the podcast there.
Yep.
But we have Mr. Loki, who's actually Shreya's brother, who's a comic artist, an awesome comic artist, is doing some comics for us. So we have the official MMOs.com comic. Now, once a week is the goal.
There's gonna be like recurring characters and stuff too. It's gonna be
Yeah.
great.
Ooh.
And of course, we're
Yeah.
gonna poke fun at common like MMO tropes and
Yep.
other goodies.
And if you guys have
think
suggestions
the
for like
first two are
funny
good.
ideas,
Yeah,
leave
first two
them.
were awesome.
All
Anything
right.
else?
Oh, I was going to say if they have an idea for comic ideas, you guys can leave a comment and we'll.
Oh yeah, send it to us. We can use it.
We gotta fix the comments thing so it's split. Per
Yeah,
Yes,
right now
that's
all the
English.
comments are on like they're shared between all the comics.
Another final plug before we close it. I did make a Twitch account on twitch.tv/remote_mmos if you guys want to follow it. So whenever I do decide to stream, you guys will know.
Okay, yeah, I'll link that too in the description. I'll link mine too. I don't really stream much.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a Twitch account? I'll link those too.
I'd have to make
I
a new one.
don't.
I've
Stream.
never really streamed
That's-
that.
Okay. Okay. well, these two
I haven't
though.
streamed either, so I did one test run earlier, and that was really it. So
I think we should stream our next Sunday Fun Day, and record at the same time, and then just see how that goes.
All right.
maybe,
All right.
Yeah.
perchance.
Perchance. All right, guys. Well,
Let's go and call it. We're running well past an
yeah,
hour.
we're at 7 minutes over the hour. All right. Well, that was MMOs Podcast, episode 7. It's Altai signing off.
Remo signing off. That was really weird. I regret that already.
See ya.
I
Alright,
regret
see you guys
that.
later.